Welcome back. Welcome back. Relevance on Sports Talk, episode number 26. We back. We back. Super Bowl talk. We know we starting off with the Super Bowl. And we're going to start off with another year goes down. 21 years now since the MVP of the league has won a Super Bowl. Now that Tampa Bay just ended, probably the MVP probably is going to be Aaron Rodgers since Tampa Bay finished them. It's been 21 years. Kurt Warner for the Rams was the last one to do it in 1999. So that's crazy. And we talk about these runs of these quarterbacks to get there. Tom Brady just got another one. I mean, hey, 3 road wins. And I know, granted, they beat my Washington team on the road, but they really shouldn't have been on the road. But hey, that's semantics. That's the way it was. So they beat my Washington team. Then they beat the Saints, which they had lost to 2 previous times, which I knew they would. And then now they beat Green Bay. So, hey, that's Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. And now you're going against Patty Mahomes. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. And to add even more to it, the first home team to ever host the Super Bowl. That's crazy. Now, you know what bothers me about that? Don't talk about it being, oh, it's the first team to ever host the Super Bowl if you're not going to give them the rewards of doing it. And what I mean by that is they can't use their cannons when they're scoring for touchdowns. That's crap. Come on, man. They should be able to use that. That's the whole thing about hosting the Super Bowl. But I understand it. They want to make it like an even playing field. I get it. Plus, certain teams like Cleveland ain't ever hosting the Super Bowl, so suppose they made it. You know what I mean? So I get it. But if they win the game, you best believe them cannons gonna be blasting. Cannon. All right, so diving into it, who needs it more? Who's it more important for to win? Brady, Mahomes. People's been talking about it all week long. Who's it more important for? I'm looking at the GOAT factor. Tom Brady's already the GOAT. People poo-poo over Joe Montana. He don't have as many rings, but he was perfect in those Super Bowls. And for people to talk about Patrick Mahomes, oh, he's got to win this to ever be the GOAT, da-da-da. Yeah, but if you win this one, so what? You still got some catching up to do to catch Joe Montana. You know what I mean? But I see what they're saying. I agree with that. Patrick Mahomes, has got to win this game to ever be in the conversation of Brady, regardless how many rings he gets, unless he gets like 8 or something, which is crazy, which ain't gonna happen. But if he gets around 5 or something like that, then and he beat Brady, then he have a chance. But right now, last time I remember, Brady beat them in the playoffs. Then they didn't get to play in the playoffs last year because they didn't make it that far. They lost to the Titans. But hey, he beat you in the playoffs, homeboy. You might have beat him in the regular season like you did this year. But hey, we saw what happens in the regular season. Drew Brees beat him twice. What happened? So I think Mahomes needs to win that to ever be in that GOAT discussion. But, Tom Brady's playing with house money, baby. This is 10th Super Bowl. 10. First time with a new team with no training camp, no nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there like, that's what it is. So then we start looking at the teams. You start looking at the teams and people making all the predictions, doing all this, talking about the team. If you look at the team player for player, Tampa Bay's team's better player for player. Player for player, they are better. And then when you look at the matchups, Kansas City's missing 2 of their tackles, which swings, you would think, swings in the Bucs' favor again. Swings in their favor again. But the one thing that people ain't talking about is no matter the totality of whose team is better or whatever, player for player, it doesn't matter when certain players are just that dynamic. Kansas City has way more explosive players. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about players that I call instant sevens. These players can automatically, instantly get you 7 points just by touching the ball. Of course, we're talking about Pat Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes can do things, wound up, do these, throw it sideways, crooked arms, to get tackles, sling down, da-da-da. He can do anything and get you 7. He can do anything, get you 7. Special teams, you got Miko Hartman running the ball back. Instantly get you 7. Instantly. Tampa Bay don't have players like that. Tom Brady can outsmart you, throw it, do things like that, but he's not gonna. If the play breaks down, he's not gonna do the thing Patrick Mahomes can do, especially not this in his career, the age that he had. And then, who killed Tampa Bay earlier in the year when they played? And of course, I was going against Tyreek Hill that week in fantasy when he had 200 and some yards and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of the game. Yeah, I bring up fantasy football. That I'll never forget that, and I won't like Tyreek Hill ever since then. But anyway, Tyreek Hill could just touch the ball on a jet sweep. He could just pitch him the ball, and Tyreek Hill could go everywhere. These are just players that are instant sevens. What instant seven is there for Tampa Bay? They're going to be methodical. They're going to have to run the ball and play methodically. Tom Brady's going to have to outsmart the defense and make plays and put the ball where Mike Evans and Godwin, Antonio Brown, Brake and Gronk can get him. But there's nobody out there that's going to burn you one-on-one and just make you fearful when he touches the ball. Kansas City's got 3 people like that. And I'm not even bringing up Travis Kelce, who's a mismatch nightmare. I ain't bringing him up. He might even be the biggest factor in the game for the things that he can do catching the ball. Especially since they're going to probably try to change the game plan what Tyreek Hill did to him. But catching the ball, blocking for the ball, being a decoy, and that red zone. Travis Kelce is one of those guys that he's not even in my instant 7. So that's how scary Kansas City is. They're just scary to death. They could be down by 21 points and I'm still like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And some people think about Brady like that, like, oh, it's Tom Brady. It's not over yet. Patrick Mahomes can get it done in one play. These instant 7 can get them done in one play. You know what I mean? That's the difference, man. So I think running the ball is going to be huge for Tampa Bay. I think Fournette and Rojo, they got to show up. The tight ends got to block well and hold the ball some. And the defense has got to make turnovers. So we'll see how that goes. Who's the most important non-quarterback between the teams? I think it always has to be Tampa Bay's defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles. Has to be. Because when you saw them play the first time, they just let them throw the ball around everywhere. You have to attack those tackles that they're missing. And the misfit boys. The misfits. I call them the Tampa Bay misfits. You got Ndamukong Suh, who's an outcast. You got Jace Pierre-Paul, outcast. Nobody wants any of them. You know what I mean? Those 2 guys got to make plays. They have to attack Mahomes and keep him in the pocket. He starts slinging around, sliding this, cross arm this, and this. It's going to be a long day for you, bro. They've got to contain them and make plays. And you got to cause turnovers. They have to cause turnovers. So Todd Bowles, you better be aggressive. Because if you're not, you're going to get destroyed. And it won't be close. You have to be aggressive, Todd Bowles. Yeah, you might get burned once or 2 times. Whatever. You might. But you could be non-aggressive and get burned like you did earlier in the year. With the instant 7 players. That's just the way it is. So you might as well go at him, attack him. He's got one of the lowest percentages when he's getting blitzed like that. So go at him. That's what they got to do. So we'll see. I'll give my prediction at the end of the show, but those are my things I think that has to be done. I think it's all about Tampa Bay and nothing about Kansas City. And that's crazy. And that's crazy just because Kansas City is that explosive and they can do things. So we'll see. Another big story that came into NFL, Matthew Stafford is getting a chance to play now. He's getting a chance to win. And I'm happy for him. He's been in Detroit. You've been in Detroit all that long. And he battled. I've seen him be hurt. I've seen him limping, running through stuff. He got screwed in that Cowboys playoff game. Who knows what will happen after that? But anyway, does he make the Rams the NFC favorites? I think that all depends on what Tampa Bay does, what Brady does. If San Francisco is going to need a different quarterback, where Deshaun Watson goes. I think all these things play into it, but I'll tell you what, they're going to probably be my favorite in that division over the Cardinals, over the Seahawks, who I think is declining, even though Russ is there, but I still think they're declining, and San Francisco, which I don't know. They were hurt so much. I don't know. But Stafford to the Rams is huge. I think it's huge for them. I really do. The other quarterback that everybody's gawking over, Deshaun Watson. I know I'm gawking over. I wish I could get him. But I'll tell you the best team that should go after him, and that's the Dolphins. The Dolphins should trade for him. You got assets, and you got Tua. Tua's supposed to be the next big thing. He would have been the number one quarterback if he didn't get hurt. Trade him. At least to Texas will be like, at least we got maybe a future quarterback. Maybe we got whatever. Maybe they can hang their hat on. Oh, it's Tua. La 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 la. Maybe you can fake the noise or something. It's better than Sam Darnold for the Jets. At least Tua gives you a glimpse of hope just by his name. Maybe, I don't know. But I think the Dolphins should do that because I tell you what, the Dolphins team, the receiving core is improved. The running backs come out of nowhere. Half these running backs I ain't even heard of that played, and they were all right. And you can get a running back anywhere, I think. So that defense for the Dolphins, even though losing my man to Pittsburgh, they still like that. They still like that. So the Dolphins get Deshaun Watson. Be careful, AFC East. Be careful, Buffalo. Because I think that's really the only team in the AFC East that you got to worry about. So we'll see what happens with him. We'll see where he goes. News is out right now that Carson Wentz will be traded this week. Talking about the Bears, Colts are the front runners trying to get him. I wouldn't mind us getting him. Should I take anybody? I'll take Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson. Now they talking about us getting Sam Darnold. Of course we're going to get Sam Darnold. But I don't know. Anybody's better than Haskins, so I don't care. That's what I think. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes, but the offseason for the NFL is going to be good. I think the Super Bowl is going to be good. The offseason is going to be good. So I look forward to it. Look forward to the draft, who's going to go where. So we're going to go ahead and kick it over now to the NBA. And a couple days ago, we saw the Nets and the Clippers. What a game it was. It was a huge game, big game. They're talking about finals preview maybe, da-da-da-da. And I watched it. And I just want to say, don't forget about Kyrie Irving. I mean, good Lord. Kyrie Irving can score from anywhere. He's fearless going to the rack. He can score. I mean, it's just insane. And I'm an Allen Iverson lover. He's probably, after Kobe, Sean Kemp, Magic, Iverson, he's in that mix. Those are my 4 top players. And, I mean, Kyrie, dude, he's got that juice, yo. And then you saw Kevin Durant. I mean, you can't stop Kevin Durant. He's unstoppable. I think that's what makes me so mad about these kind of players joining up together. Y'all can do it alone. Like, I don't understand it. That was always my problem with LeBron. Like, y'all are that much better than everybody else. Why do you have to build your team so big all the time? It drives me crazy. And then, I will say this about James Harden. I've never been a James Harden fan. I've always thought he was a flopper. But watching him play this year, he is all about team. I guess he just wants to have a ring. He don't want to be like a Charles Barkley or a Patrick Ewing and those kind of boys, Carmelo-ish. He wants a ring so he can say, I'm a champion. But he's out here being he's out there being selfless. He's passing the ball. He's leading them in assists. And he's getting his buckets, getting triple doubles. I mean, I'm impressed with James Harden. I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed by what he's doing and how they're coming together. Saying all that, they got a big win over the Clippers. But last night, they lose to the Raptors. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what are you? What are you? We know you can score. Your offensive juggernaut. Are y'all going to play defense? Now, they talk about them getting Andre Drummond and all that. They shouldn't have lost Allen. Allen was the dude, I thought. But we'll see how it goes. I see everybody's all good right now on the offensive end. What's going to happen in playoff time when you down 2-1 in the series because y'all ain't playing defense and the big shots are on the line? Who's going to take it? Then what's going to happen then? We'll see. We'll see. I'm not sold 100%. I'm scared 100% of how good they could be, but I'm not sold just yet of what's going on. I mean, so we'll see. In the Western Conference. Well, no, let's finish with the East. Who can beat the Nets then? Can it be the 76ers? They started off hot. The Bucks. I don't think either team can beat them the way they're constructed now. If there's no trades going on, they can't win. And the minute James Harden got traded to their team, to the Nets, your butt should have been on alert to make a trade, to do something to enhance your team. Sitting back here waiting all this time, what are we doing? What are you doing? If you want to win, you better go get somebody now. Go get somebody. One other team that we talked about, Boston Celtics. I mean, Jason Tatum and Brown, they have been. I just don't know if it's enough. I just don't know if it's enough. They're talking about making a trade. Or did their window close already? Did their window close already? I think if they don't make a trade, their window's closed. And they got to do something. Tristan Thompson's not the answer. You got to do something else. You need a bona fide slasher, somebody that can slide through, do different things, big man that can do something, spread the floor. You need something else. That's just not enough. Their bench is nowhere like it used to be. What happened to their bench? They used to be deep. Deep is on the what? But now, I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how the year goes on. We'll see how it goes. But in the West, and what we're going to do in the West, are the Lakers still the favorites? I hope so. Is Utah for real? They had all these winning streaks in a row. Who knows? No, I think it's going to be LA versus LA, period. LA versus LA, I think. I mean, I'm not scared of Denver, Utah, Portland. In a 7-game series, I'm not scared of them. But I'll tell you what, as a Laker fan, I will tell you this. Trade Kuzma now. Trade Kuzma and try to get something for him before the league realizes that he ain't what you think he is. Everybody thought 2 years ago, oh, this dude is the truth. He's the truth. We're going to get rid of Ingram. No, Ingram was the guy. Ingram was the guy. If we had Ingram now, we need to trade Kuzma now and get something and steal somebody from him. Because Kuzma's not the long-term answer, in my opinion. I don't think he takes care of it on defensive end. He's a microwave shooter. Either he's hot or he's cold. And I don't trust him in the big moments. I just don't trust him in the big moments. You know, I'd love to get somebody like a LaMelo Ball out there because he is must-see TV. LaMelo Ball, must-see TV. And before I finish up with the Lakers, LeBron, still LeBron, question mark? And as a LeBron, not hater, but as a questionable person about LeBron, he's still doing it. And he might be doing it at MVP level this year. Insane. I mean, it's insane that LeBron James is still doing this well. I mean, he done picked up a jump shot now. He's shooting threes. I mean, it's crazy. What's crazy about it is, if he gets another ring, he's tied with my man. And I'm not happy about that. I'm a Laker fan. I want them to win, but I don't care. He can pass Kobe in rings. It don't matter. Kobe's still better than him, and I'll debate anybody on that. We can debate that about any time. Shoot. All right, NCAA real quick. We're getting close to March Madness. Things are heating up. Gonzaga and Baylor look like the cream of the crop. But who is the cream of the crop? I'm just going with Baylor. I mean, I've seen Gonzaga for years and years and years and years. When they were a Cinderella, oh, they're the mid-major. Oh, they're this Gonzaga. I'm to the point where it's like, Baylor, I seen y'all. I seen your conference you play in. Y'all tough. Gonzaga, we've been there before. Been there before. You got to show me. I'm not buying into it. I'm not getting sucked in. I know you got a boy that's going to be a lottery pick and all that. It's Gonzaga. So I can't buy into it until I see it. I just cannot do it. But, hey, we'll see. Duke and Carolina play tonight. Duke and Carolina play at 6 o'clock tonight. First time since like 1960 that both of them are playing, that neither one of them's been ranked. How crazy is that? But I'm going to tell you right now, I've been watching a little Duke, and I hate Duke basketball. I don't like North Carolina basketball either. ACC, I'm a Virginia fan. But Duke's starting to come around. If you start watching their games, they're starting to come around. Had a couple big wins. And so don't sleep. Don't sleep. They're talking about these teams not making the NCAA tournament. You know how much money and just revenues from North Carolina and them being and Duke being in there? Duke will be in the tournament. Believe me. And I think they're going to smash the Tar Heels tonight. Well, you watch and see. I mean, it's a fun year. As a Georgetown fan, my team is good once every freaking decade or so. I mean, that's how bad my team usually is. And I don't know how long Patrick Ewing's going to have to even coach him anymore. And I'm not blaming him at all. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with them. But it's good watching Duke, UNC, Kentucky, Indiana, and all these big powers not be relevant. You know what I mean? I'm saying when you see Duke, UNC, Kentucky, and all these teams not be ranked and not have all this clout with them, that's dope to me. I like that. I like that. I like when it's even playing fields. I like seeing different teams come out of nowhere. I like watching new things. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool. McGregor get knocked out. Nobody saw that coming. Oops. That threw a wrench in all kinds of plans. But I'll tell you what, I'll watch the next fight because maybe it was rust. And they're trying to get Khabib and all this stuff. It was actually kind of good seeing these people talking trash. Everybody talking trash. I should be the man. I should be the man. I did this. I think that's going to make UFC just keep on going. Because when somebody like McGregor gets knocked out, now they're going to watch the next fight to see if it was that for real or was that not? And him and the boy already split one, so they got a rematch coming. So it's a lot of different things. It's more money to be made, which makes me think, did they set that up? I don't know. But it's kind of weird how that happened. I don't know. It's kind of weird how that happened. But we're going to finish up with NCAA football's coming back. Now, it's not going to be called NCAA football. It's going to be college football, I think. So that's coming back. That's going to be exciting. I love that more than Madden, to tell you the truth. I used to love them games. I think I still probably got the last one. You know, and I know I got the one with RG3 on it. RG3. Oh, Redskin problems. But anyway. But my thing is, certain years they used to be called IAA. Remember that? IAA. Division 1 and Division 1AA. Now it's FCS and FBS. So the FCS teams are like Alabama State University. So if my boy gets on a game, you know I'll be bugging out. I'm going to be crazy, yo. I'm going to play with them against everybody. And we going to win. But I'm excited about that game coming out. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see my boy on a video game. 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks to their first game. Hopefully he'll be able to play. There's some issues going on, but hopefully that's going to get worked out. I'm excited. All right. Finish it off. We've been waiting. Super Bowl pick. My mind's telling me Kansas City. But my heart's telling me Tampa Bay and Tom Brady and the misfit toys. Tom Brady and his misfit players. Let's go, Tom Brady and Gronk and Ndamukong Suh and JPP and Antonio Brown. I want all these boys that nobody cared about and everybody dogged for so many years to get a ring. That'd be nice. What's crazy is Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, one of them's going to get a ring without Pittsburgh. That's crazy. And especially if it's Antonio Brown, all the stuff he's been going through and went through, throwing little penis gummies at people and his wife and all baby's mom. And now you getting a ring, maybe? I mean, what's the difference than Tyreek Hill beating up his kid and all this other stuff last year, and then he got a ring? Hey, let's go Bucks. All right, y'all, episode 26. Thank y'all. Give me some feedback, man. Leave me some messages. Let's see what y'all want to talk about. Hit me up. I'm on podcasts also, Anchor, SoundCloud, everything on there. My podcast or my YouTube channel, Realism Sports Talk, baby. Share the word. Let's go.